Okay. That's okay. Let's do an intro.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cartographers Guild. My name is Josh,
Andrea. I'm Leah.
I'm Brad.
and we're playing more Andromeda. Mass Effect, that is. I've got it loaded up properly, so now we can jump.
We were trying to catch the sky whales. Couldn't get high enough.
Nope. Couldn't do it.
Oh, well.
Viability, 4%. Doesn't sound very good.
No. Might want to work on that.
The ability makes it sound like we're going to be landing humans and others here.
Imagine that
I
idea.
detected multiple life forms in the area. Their movements appear agitated.
I think he died. I think you're close.
I was saying while you were gone that I like the way Mass Effect handles alien landscapes. It's not just pellet-swapped jungle.
Yeah. No, they do try to give it unique.
Pathfinder, the
Or at
computer's
least
data
different.
core is damaged beyond repair.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Michelle, it's Ryder. We're inside your old home, but your research data didn't survive.
All your energy risked for nothing. I'm sorry.
This must be hard.
I can't imagine what you're feeling right now.
Shouldn't have let myself hope.
You didn't have backups?
Of course, but they went down to the city's network memory center. That site is now buried underground. Even if you could find an access point on the surface, the odds of recovering anything are remote.
God damn, those Kit Kats are good.
So I'll try anyway, or we can't give up now.
We can't give up now.
Good scientists don't quit until they've exhausted all
very Leah.
possibilities.
If you're willing to
Response.
press on,
We can't give up. We will persevere.
general direction of where the network memory center used to be. You'll have to hunt for an exposed network node. I'll stand by. Thank you, Pathfinder.
Oh, yeah.
So, should we talk about E3?
Oh, yeah.
Sure, fill me in.
Well, the only thing I'm excited about is Devil May Cry 5, because that was actually kind of a surprise.
He will not be shaving his eyebrows.
Very sketchy. I said on our group chat that it looks like the reboot, the Little MC, but it's turned out that's mostly just in terms of visual style,
Okay.
because everything's like really high graphic fidelity and everything. It's like as a consequence of them using their new shiny engine that they're using for other things, the game is just capable of looking really great. So they're going with that rather than more cartoony style that the other games have leaned on.
Okay.
So I was concerned about that, but they've shown more gameplay, and it looks like Devil May Cry 4. So
Which is your favorite, right?
Pathfinder, I've detected...
that's hard to say.
Don't know what
Both
causes
3
fire.
and 4 are both
Be
really,
careful.
It's like, well, I mean,
but
Let's
Do you
not-
pick a favorite child? I mean,
yeah.
Well, yeah, of course, you have to.
no. Mom unison.
Hey, buddy.
I'm safe. I can't be responsible for you. You should have warned me you were coming.
You.
What are you doing here?
Making sure the fires don't get worse. I'm a surveyor and engineer for the station. I need to divert fuel from the pipes buried here. Cut off the flames.
So what happened?
What caused these fires? Is there an emergency?
This dye is too much large assessment. Wildlife overtook it.
Night,
Destroyed
Atomics.
Atomics.
Night-night.
an underground fuel pipeline.
Speaking of parenting, how to put his son to bed.
I'll get going. Be
Aw.
careful.
You too. Shari. That went well.
We're fixing this fire problem, I take it.
here we are, fixing things.
We do that. So anyway, Devil May Cry. Very
So, yeah.
exciting.
Yeah. There's also been there was also a short interview
Hey,
aside
computers.
from the
Network
trailer
connection is
with
established.
I'm logging in. Searching. I found them. Research
Yay.
and
Oh, that was way easier than I thought it would be. Not by myself.
We did it. Go team.
if we recovered this data, we may be able to access everything lost in the disaster.
Well, that's good.
My colleagues, you've accomplished something amazing, Pathfinder.
Hearts and minds, people. Hearts and minds.
winning hearts and minds.
I appreciate that people are enthusiastic here, but like, we walked a couple blocks down the street and looked at a thing.
Yeah, but
I
there
guess
was
we
like
fought some wildlife along the way.
Yeah,
danger.
but she was
so-
really attached to that data.
I know, but like no one else bothered to walk over here and try it.
It's dangerous. There's things that'll eat your face.
Whereas there's this guy who's just kind of hanging out here trying to put out a fire.
Well, he's
Literally a couple of yards away from where
Well,
we
he's
are.
clearly a bigger badass than she is. Okay.
Okay,
She's a researcher. She'd probably shoot a gun backwards or something like that.
I mean, maybe it's just a big deal to her, and not as big of a deal in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, speaking of video games, we can get back to E3 in a second, but when I went back and watched the part of the prior stream you told me to watch,
Yes.
you were talking about Dirge of Cerberus for some reason?
Yeah, for some reason, Final Fantasy VII came up when we were talking about the extended
I think we were
universe.
talking about remakes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that might have been it. Yeah, we were talking about remakes, which led to 7, which led to the extended universe.
I see.
All right.
What do you mean, grey spiky aliens? Cats?
No, these were different. We were doing a survey of the area and saw them before the freeze.
You mean Turians? You saw Turians?
Gray and spiky. Gotta be Turians.
Talk about that later. Right now, I want to thank you for saving my team.
That would be exciting.
You
We were
went
looking for the Turians.
Kiran told us everything.
That's true.
She even had
Their arc is missing.
I apologize for the indifferent welcome you received from me earlier.
It was understandable.
Don't worry about it. You had no reason to trust me. The last aliens you met were Ket.
Ryder, what you have done here, your remnant understanding and your SAM should convince Ephra you're an asset.
Well, that'd be
We
nice
should
if it was
speak
that
to
easy.
him as soon as we can. Perhaps on the Tempest?
Kiran, I've been thinking, if Ryder can use remnant, couldn't we fix the monoliths? Stop Haval's decline?
Yeah.
Pavarl's decline.
This will take time to explain. We can discuss it further when you have time. And don't forget to talk to Torvar about those. What did you call them? Turians?
Yeah, so hi, let's talk about that.
You were saying something about the planet being in decline?
It's like we can
It
talk to
doesn't
Ephra
look like
later.
it, but Havarl is sick. It started here, uncontrolled mutations in organic life, killing some, turning others into poison. We're starting to see the same elsewhere. The planet's ecosystem is crumbling, slowly but surely.
It's the monoliths. There are only 2 of them when there should be 3.
Let's ask about the vault.
Yeah.
An ecosystem
There's so
collapsing
much
isn't
life
going to
here.
be
Your vault must be working.
In some fashion, most likely. But the monoliths are responsible for propagating the vault's instructions across the planet.
It's a relay problem.
With only 2 out of 3 monoliths working, the instructions are imbalanced. So life is imbalanced. We've never tried asking the sages. There could be something in their oral history.
Stars. Those superstitious hermits don't care about modern Angara. You know that.
You saw the projections for the planet's survival. What do we have to lose?
Sages? Oral histories?
Don't you guys use computers?
That old remnant edifice over there. They trace their families back to a time just after the Scourge. They believe isolation will maintain the purity of the histories by preventing contamination by modern thought. Basic sense. They probably don't even understand or care that Havarl's dying.
Well, I mean, it's worth a shot.
If asking your sages doesn't work, we'll be back here. So, what's the harm in it?
The trek up Mithratha's teeming with Remnant. Most of us don't attempt it, but maybe you could do it.
Sure.
Follow the Remnant River, and keep your head. I'd hate to hear something terrible happened in pursuit of some ancient legend.
Oh, that's what we do as a profession.
Pretty much.
Did you talk to the other person?
Yeah, we need to talk about Turians.
Tovar, Turians, speak.
Help us find our
There we go.
Turians.
Get in front.
What can I help with?
As I blind him with my helmet light.
Yeah.
Mithrava and the sages. Tell me more about that.
We don't know much. They limit their interactions with everyone else. Even when they need to trade, they say very little. Kiran's probably ashamed of leaving all of them are. It's just as I once heard. Stars, you'll mock me.
Let me tell you something about Turians!
I won't.
I won't mock the tease. You have my word. Please go on.
When I was small, I overheard a story the sages tell of a man who lived through the Scourge. The Scourge shut down the monoliths on all planets. The vaults stopped working,
Well, that's unfortunate.
but this man understood Remnant. They don't know how, and he did something.
He twerked on him, didn't
He's
he?
the reason the vault and the two monoliths worked for
Yes.
as long as they did. And if the
We
tale
haven't
is
tried
true,
that yet. We definitely should this time.
Working is the answer we've been overlooking all this time.
Most
At least
people
it's
do.
not teabagging.
You said you saw Turians in the jungle?
is that what they're called? We didn't know. We just kept out of sight. They crashed here, I
I
think.
wonder what would happen if we had Vetra in our party.
Yeah, okay.
Were they alright? Or are they still alive?
Still alive? I don't know. We were stuck in that stasis field for a while. I guess they could still be out there. Unless they tried to eat something. Or the roca got them. I'll give you the nav point and you can go see for
Let's
yourself.
go get Vetra in our party for that.
Before you got caught in that stasis field, Kieran says you were studying the monolith. What did you learn?
There's a vault here. When the Scourge hit, it took down some functionality. It's still working to some extent, but with only 2 out of 3 monoliths, the system is off balance.
And you can't reset it without the third one.
It's kind of wobbly.
Exactly. We hope that with enough understanding of the monoliths, we could attach our own tech to it, correct it somehow. But progress is slow.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey vault stuff.
We can speak more later.
I don't know if there's
Nice.
timey-wimey in it,
It's
though.
just leaning like the Eiffel Tower. People keep taking selfies in front of it, acting like they're pushing it over.
The
It's
Eiffel
really
Tower
obnoxious.
doesn't lean.
You can't get anything done.
It's the Tower of Pisa, not the Eiffel Tower.
I was wrong on purpose. Shut up.
Brad, you savage.
Did you call him a
Look,
sandwich?
I was busy making a joke. I can't get my facts straight.
Don't forget to get Vetra.
No, I called him a savage.
Oh, okay.
Right, so DMZ5 is being headed by Matsuo Itsuna, I believe, who has been heading the Devil May Cry franchise since Devil May Cry 3.
Oh.
He was in charge of 3 and 4, and also did Dragon's Dogma, which was great.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, and he talked about how when they finished Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, which was really good and came out after D Little MC, everyone was like, we should start working on a sequel now. So apparently it's all of those people who made it to very excellent Special Edition.
Ooh.
So yeah, I am
High hopes.
increasingly optimistic
Boop.
that it will be a good game.
What else should I know about E3?
We've got
I mean, the only other thing that I cared about was getting a release date for Kingdom Hearts.
January 29th.
Right. And it didn't even, like, they announced it, like, in the middle of the night before any of the conferences for some reason. In a really weird move.
And no spoilers.
Yeah.
He doesn't even watch trailers.
So the really annoying thing is, like, Square Enix had their own conference. And I was like, okay, I'm just not going to watch Square Enix conferences because surely they're going to have a bunch of Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff there, right?
Right.
Apparently it didn't even show up there. Like, Square Enix's conference was tiny and had almost nothing. Instead, they had Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers at both Microsoft and Sony's conferences.
Whoops.
Because
So-
they wanted to make sure people saw it.
Yeah. So I still didn't watch it. I just left the stream for a while.
I
Still-
Any Final Fantasy related news?
No, there's nothing about Final Fantasy VII.
There never will be.
Or-
It's never getting made. You're
or
crazy.
16, or even there wasn't even anything about 14 really.
At least we get a Monster Hunter World crossover.
Oh, yay.
That's cute. Yeah.
For a game we can't play.
What? Oh, Monster Hunter World. I get to fight a Rathalos in Final Fantasy 14. I'm gonna be happy.
Oh, okay, there you
Oh,
go.
is that what they're doing?
And a
Easy out.
no, I know Puzioff. It's someone I don't know. What? No, it's not.
Nice work.
I mean, if it's Monster Hunter World, I may not know.
It's some
probably not.
P one.
Okay.
Sorry,
It
viewers.
might be new. I don't know.
But they're Rathaloses,
That's good.
apparently. I saw the little clip today. Also, I guess there will be some kind of potion that you can drink it, and it looks like Monster Hunter potion drinking.
Nice. Do you do the flex and everything?
We've scanned this
You don't do the
area.
flex. It did thumbs
These
up.
structures go
Well,
deep
then
beneath the
what's the
ground.
point?
I know, right?
Dealer. Don't know
No,
what's
apparently
down
you
there.
don't flex in Monster Hunter World either.
Load your
No.
weapon.
Well, then what's the point?
You can actually like drink it while moving and be completely vulnerable the whole time.
It's not Monster Hunter anymore.
I don't know. I like that change.
I'm just being.
A lot of people didn't because they're like, you're making it for casuals.
Of course they did.
Of course they did.
Heads up.
Those people
Rope
are-
car
Um,
I don't know. As a sword and board wielder, like that kind of reduces the functionality of it. Because I mean, you could take potions with your shield out or something.
I'm sure they have their own special stuff.
I'm not worried about it.
Uh-huh.
Sword and board for life.
Hostiles ahead.
I don't know if there's much else that you'd be terribly interested in.
Huh? What am I looking at?
The other thing that I was excited about. So last year, Devolver Digital,
Oh.
which is a publisher that does a bunch of indie games, had this really weird conference where like they were like pretending to kill people on stage, and the presenter had like blood streaming out of her mouth. It
Oh,
was all-
that. Yeah, because
it was all-
Devolver's crazy.
Yeah, it was really crazy and like anti-consumerism primarily. Like
Okay.
basically making fun of people for being mindless consumers.
Which is funny at a convention where you're trying to convince people to buy
Buy
your
your
games.
video games.
Well, yeah, they're doing it because they know that's the audience that's there. And I think it's like all pre-recorded and stuff, so they don't even have an audience. Apparently so they had another one this year, and they did a lot of the same stuff. But they also talked about two really interesting games. One of which is called My Friend Pedro.
My
which is-
friend Pedro?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is this, like... It's like gun ballerina stuff. Like, you're constantly
Okay.
spinning around shooting guns at
Turian.
people.
Yay, Turian!
Oh, hey, Turian.
Shot to the gut. Painful.
Hey, Avitus.
Appreciate the help back there. Name's Avitus Riggs. Sorry if my methods seem extreme. Civilian life is trying.
Ryder, human pathfinder. You former military?
A Spectre. Special tactics and
Ooh.
reconnaissance. Did the Council's dirty work for 15
I
years.
forgot that Spectre stood for something.
Yep. The council's made. Wow.
We can be nice.
Yeah, no, that explains your tactics.
So you're used to being above the law.
Well, good thing there are no laws in Andromeda, huh? The initiative was my retirement plan. Then the Tannis hit the Scourge and bam. Woke up here.
What happened? Where's the Ark?
No idea. Had to break out of my own damn stasis pod.
A fall like that should have killed you.
Those pods are sturdier than they look. But most of the Turian population is still missing, including Mason, our Pathfinder. Sam hasn't transferred to me, so he's alive. Just don't know where.
Wish I did news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should have good news for you.
He hasn't made it back to the Nexus.
Knowing Mason, he's out there looking for me. Mason dedicated his life to Andromeda. He's too stubborn to die now.
We need every Pathfinder we can get.
Debris and stasis pods from the Tannis are scattered across the sector.
How does that happen?
Between the two of us, we should find something.
I mean, that would mean, like, pods and debris were traveling faster than light.
I mean, yeah, when we were on our arc, we ran directly into the surprisingly solid dark energy cloud.
The Scourge, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we should have been ripped to shreds.
I think it's not that. I think the dark energy cloud isn't actually solid. I think the problem is that it, whatever it is, like it interacts with our electrical systems and things like that.
I mean,
This is my theory.
it showed us getting rocked and falling over.
Yeah, but I think it's because we're. I think it's a conflicting energy.
I think
Okay.
settlers need him.
The settlers here need your help.
Thank you, Leah.
I'm
You're
a
welcome.
stopgap. Mason is the solution. Here's my frequency. Call when you find something.
Okay, boy!
So yeah, My Friend Pedro, crazy gun action, lots of really interesting stunts that you can do. Like, at one point you they showed the guy shooting a frying pan, which bounced up into the air between a couple platforms where some guys were hiding, and then he shot the frying pan a bunch of times, and it ricocheted bullets off of it to hit the guys.
Wow.
Really ridiculous, cool stuff like that.
Little memory trigger.
Another memory trigger?
One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return
What's
to Samland on the Hyperion to investigate further.
Backstory, like, why are we finding random memory triggers on planets?
Okay, so the story is that we're not finding them. They're just things that unlock as we progress as Pathfinder.
I see.
The game mechanic is that we find them.
Okay.
I can't believe this is really happening. Thought we'd be stuck here forever, or until the aliens killed us. We built this camp from what remained of our stasis pod. If we leave, we can't abandon our wreckage. There's debris we couldn't get to out there. We have to take it with us.
Why would it be a waste of time?
Because it's a lot of work to gather what is mostly junk.
Well, we'll take it.
Anything from the crash belongs to the initiative. It'll go back to the Nexus with you.
Good. No telling what's still intact. Don't want hostile aliens using it against us. If you find anything from Arcanatanis, tag it for recovery. Oh, and thank you.
You're welcome.
M Theory says, hyperspace or warp space? I assume we're talking about the Scourge there.
Or the fact that we're moving at relativistic speeds and they don't really explain how we do that.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't explain a lot.
The other thing that Devolver
this is-
Digital talked about was a game that I've always wanted to play called Metal Wolf Chaos.
Oh yeah.
Sounds
They did
very
announce that
much
that's
like your
coming out.
kind of game.
So Metal Wolf Chaos was
It's-
an Xbox original Japanese exclusive,
Oh.
where you play as the President of the United States running around in his own mech suit, blasting up American tourist spots and such, because the
Why?
Vice President led a military coup.
Yeah, it is as ridiculous as it
It
sounds.
is completely absurd. It has, like, it's not bad voice acting, it's just really enthusiastic and unprofessional.
Wasn't planning on it.
But yeah, it's never gotten a stateside release before, but it has this awesome cult following because it's absurd and great. And so yeah, it's coming out to PC.
All right.
Like later this year, I think.
Well, that sounds stream-worthy.
Oh dear.
Is it getting a facelift at all, or is it just a port?
I mean, it would, yeah, it definitely looks better, but hopefully they're changing as little as possible. It definitely still had the same incredible voice.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was fun.
A big fat orange mech.
Ew, got that right.
Yeah, thankfully this is more of the stereotypical,
hi.
like, clean-faced white guy.
Probably
Oh, no.
more like Kennedy.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah, not that
the
president.
Metal Wolf Chaos POTUS was like in the military and stuff. Actually knows how to handle himself.
Nice.
Um,
So
yeah.
more like the Independence Day president.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not our current one that has bone spurs.
Ouch.
No, he doesn't really have bone spurs. That was his excuse for getting out of Vietnam.
Ah.
It's okay. It's not as bad as Ted Nugent.
Let's not.
no more problems.
Yeah.
No more politics.
So the next Smash looks pretty interesting. It's supposed to. They have every character that has been in every Smash game up until this point.
Whoa, that's a list.
That means 3 different types of Link. Because they
At
had
least
Modern
2
Link,
Sam-
Child Link, and Toon Link.
Well,
Oh,
at
so
least
I've got-
2
hang on.
Samuses, right?
Hang on, I got
Yeah,
a really
Samus
quick
and
question
Zeus
What up?
concerning this game. How much do you want me to side quest, and should we just drive on to main quest and do side quest stuff off camera?
If it's just like getting random stuff like this, we can probably skip it for now.
Okay. Tasks. Yeah, we don't need to do tasks.
He's like, I'll come back and do it later.
Pretty much.
So yeah, a lot of characters. They also announced Ridley, which people have been asking for a long time.
From Metroid?
Yeah. Crazy.
Really?
Yeah. And,
Okay.
Yeah, like people were begging for it in Smash 4, and he's like, Ridley's really big. You can't just put him in there. It's like whatever, just scale him down. so they do. And then the
Yeah, I mean, how many
Inklings from
different sizes
Splendor.
has Bowser been?
Yeah, Bowser has been multiple stories tall in various times.
Okay.
So yeah, that looks interesting.
Sounds insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see.
Must be missing
That means
something.
Solid Snake will be in it, right?
Yep.
Guess we'll try again later.
Okay.
Huh, how weird. They're gonna do weird things.
It'd be weird.
It's Smash. Of
yeah,
course
and-
it's gonna be weird.
They're also saying it's supposed to be a lot faster paced, like Melee was. The other games since then have been a lot slower paced, and the hardcore fans have been less
All
than
pissy
pleased.
about it, yeah.
So that'll be nice.
Well, Melee is arguably the best one, right?
Competitive wise, yeah.
Hello,
I mean,
Drop
Smash
Pod.
4 has been doing pretty well, but Melee has had a competitive scene for a decade and a half now, so it's a very well understood game.
Right.
Whereas
Is there
Smash
any-
4 seemed to have some pretty
I guess
significant
not.
balance issues at various times.
Whee!
Squish.
Yep.
You know,
They announced the next Assassin's Creed.
yeah.
Yep, I've heard
I
something
mean, we knew
about that.
Odyssey. They had a little bit of gameplay. It's still Assassin's Creed.
But
Yeah,
it's a
they-
direct sequel to
Imagine
Origins,
that. Yep.
and Bayek is probably likely to be.
Bayek and Aya are both in it.
You play as when you start. You get to choose between playing a man or a woman.
Isn't it in Greece?
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
so excited.
Although
Yeah.
this is what I'm okay, so personal hope for this game. All of the precursors, whatever the heck their name was, have names from, well, primarily Roman mythology, but I'm hoping that we find out a little bit about, like, how they got those names, how they relate to the mythos of those eras, considering they predate them by quite a bit. How did
Scanners
people
are
in that
done.
area come to worship them? I'm really hoping that that's touched on in Odyssey.
It's been called Odyssey. Oh wow, I'm so excited.
I care about world building, damn it.
And
Well,
they're going
it's-
back to everybody loved Black Flag, so your main base of operations is your ship.
Oh, and speaking of,
Interesting.
Ubisoft is also making. Is it Ubisoft?
Yeah.
Yeah, the pirate game.
Yeah, they're also making. Is it Skull and Bones?
Skull and
Yeah.
Bones.
Yeah, and it is basically the pirate parts of Assassin's Creed 4,
Oh,
but with a little bit of extra, a little bit of actual Assassin's Creed mixed in. Like there's stealth stuff. It's not just hanging out on a pirate ship.
Yeah.
It's also multiplayer.
Yeah,
See,
there's
the
also
Grecian, like, okay, it's not. For it to take place mostly on a ship is not a bad idea, considering the time and place, I guess. But
Well, and it's.
Oh.
I'm not saying it takes place mostly on a ship.
okay,
Your base of operations is the ship.
which I don't know. Like it works, but I hope they don't try too hard to shoehorn that in. Like, yes, I understand everybody loved it. I loved it. Like, Black Flag was a lot of fun to play. Like, I loved all the ship stuff. But, like, Origins was good, and there was a focus on storytelling and character that there hadn't been prior, in my opinion. So there's no reason to think that they'll suddenly throw all that out the window because they want to play with boats. So I'll try not to worry.
There's definitely also going to be RPG nonsense, picking up being appropriate levels. and all that.
Must be the crash site.
Which was not the best part of Origins.
No. But it was kind of interesting because I was actually talking to a friend of mine at work about Origins because they hadn't played it yet, but they were hearing about Odyssey. And I was explaining how that part of Origins that was really irritating fit the story but not the meta. Like, because Bayek was a Magi, he wasn't an assassin.
Right.
So him not knowing how to instantly kill somebody with a hidden blade kind of made sense because he's more of a, slashy stabby with a sword type person.
Uh-huh.
Okay, fine.
Really tough one.
So it fits the storyline, but the meta doesn't work because we're so used to Assassin's Creed being, no, I hit you with a hidden blade, you're dead. That's how that works. So
That's why they're here. That's why we have them.
yeah.
Well, you have to go to all the trouble of actually sneaking up on them to get rewarded with instant kills.
Well, I'm pretty excited anyway. I love ancient Greece, and I thought Origins, for the most part, was pretty darn great.
Yeah, no, Origins was good.
So I'm
hey.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Remember, we're not allowed to know love as an assassin.
True story.
So
I'm also,
whatever inevitable love interest they throw at us,
Don't get attached.
don't get attached.
well, I mean, and I'm also like, you can play a guy or a girl, and like, I'm not. I hope that goes well, because I mean, like, the nice thing about like knowing who your hero is before you start is that you can write a story for them.
So it's the same story.
Okay.
You're playing the son of,
Or daughter.
Or
yeah,
daughter.
son or daughter of, what's his name from 300?
Leonidas?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, like they had, apparently, you're
Oh, it's
like
Rancor.
in disgrace or something and acting as a mercenary, but at the beginning, your mother, or like maybe you're the grandchild
is
of
that my
Leonidas
name?
or something. Anyway, your mother hands you the spear of Leonidas and is like, here, this belonged to
Oh
you,
yeah,
we'll
and the
help
Spear
you."
of Leonidas is a
It's-
precursor relic.
Right.
Oh. Well.
And it's not the spear, it's just the spearhead.
Right. So, like, you're the same character no matter what. It's just whether or not you're.
So
a
much
boy or
like
girl.
this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
That's interesting.
Why?
That's a little unfortunate, actually, because part of what I enjoy about Assassin's Creed is the history. I mean, granted, your character is made up regardless, but
how will we be not getting this? I'm confused at what we're missing out on. The structure feels less intentional if it doesn't matter who your character is. Yeah, no, that was my. That's why I brought it up. Like, that was my concern. Although I think it's an interesting twist that you like start off with a precursor relic and you probably don't know what you have.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, is there going to be any writing differences? Like, Greece had conflicting opinions of women. If a female warrior shows up, they should respond to her in a way that is dissimilar to how they would respond to a man.
Supposedly there is.
Okay.
There is a
So
difference depending on which gender you
If
play.
they actually do that, then I'm okay with it. But if it's the same experience no matter what, then I'll be disappointed.
That's not a bioluminescent
We found a
mushroom.
wall.
It's a special
Ah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, not that I approve of historical sexism, for the record. I don't. However, if you're going to make something that prides itself on some level of historical accuracy, stick with it.
Nobody's gonna call you a horrible, horrible sexist here.
I'm just saying.
Got it.
I will.
You call me lots of things that aren't true, so
But he'll be
But it's
rough.
part of our witty repartee,
yes.
isn't it? That's what I was told.
Whatever makes you more comfortable.
I mean, like, and if you think about it, I don't know. That difference always kind of surprised me, because I mean, there's a goddess of war. She's kind of a badass. Don't mess with Athena. Like, come on.
But Athena is typically depicted as being more cerebral.
That's true. She's more like a wisdom and tactics sort of goddess.
Yeah.
Hello,
She is
Gravity
not
Wells.
She is not an out on the battlefield sort of goddess. I'm not saying it
Oh,
never
I'm
happens.
floating.
Oh, that reminds me. Like, all of our precursors are named like Juno and
Yeah,
there's
so that's why I was just
there's
saying.
an Athena. Okay,
Yeah,
that'll be interesting.
Minerva.
If it even enters into it.
Yeah, but that's what I was just saying. Was
No,
that,
I get it.
You know, does this mean we might finally get some indication of how they came to be worshipped?
Ooh.
No one's
You know
afraid
what
of
would be
heights,
nice?
are they?
What's not going to happen? Like
I could cheat
any,
this so hard.
Resolution?
I was going to say like any usefulness to the modern day plot.
They
Like
said they are focusing a little more.
it would be
On the modern
nice.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
wow.
I would like that at this point because it's like
Yeah, I mean, I suppose
here's
it's
the
fair,
thing with Assassin's Creed. I always prefer the story of the hero that we're living, and I think everybody does.
Oh yeah, it's a better developed story.
But if you're gonna insist on like there being an overarching conspiracy and like if you're gonna have an overarching storyline, like you either have one or you don't. You either commit to like these are all different games and they're not related, they're just cool stories about these people, and you throw it all out, or you don't half-ass it. And like I didn't like the modern day business in Origins at all. Like it was so skeletal. Like who is this person? Why do we care? Like
It was pretty skeletal. I mean, I don't think it was the worst example.
no, it
of
was not the worst
but
example. What was a game before that was just we get introduced to Bishop? What game do we get introduced to Bishop in?
Oh,
I can't keep them all straight.
Was that in Rogue?
I think it was Rogue. Whatever. The point is, like, these because I mean, I understand why they did it. Like the whole Desmond thing, like nobody liked it. Maybe not nobody, but like
Well, nobody
we
liked,
didn't.
nobody liked Desmond.
We didn't like him.
Nobody liked Desmond.
I mean, I thought the whole Assassin Society thing was very interesting.
Right.
Nobody liked Desmond.
He wasn't very likable.
He wasn't.
But it wasn't. I don't feel like he was. That was a writing problem.
Yes.
Like that wasn't even necessarily a character problem. That was he wasn't written. He wasn't developed.
I was gonna
like,
say.
He wasn't,
I was gonna say. Character
Really?
problems are writing problems.
We need to break for episodes.
oh, episodes.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're taking a quick break, so those of you on Twitch, thanks, just hang out for a bit, and those of you on YouTube, thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you guys next episode. Bye!